Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
Welcome to the Facebook Live. We are going to start. We're totally doing this. All right. So this comes from a book called Live One Life by David Patterson. It's fantastic. He came and he spoke to our young adults at a young adult conference last weekend, and I got the chance to talk with him over the weekend a little bit, and he's just a great guy. So we wanted to talk about trauma drama and about other addictive behaviors. And I just wanted to share with you this really fun thing that I've got going on with the trauma drama and the trauma llama. So here we are. Llama be your hero. So you can see that while we're reading. And then we're going to just talk about what it's like to be a trauma drama llama, because we've been there, right? Can I read to you a little bit about from David's book?
Read me a story, Beth.
Read your story. Okay. And interrupt me, as there's no good manners. You interrupt if you want to. We all have addictive behaviors that are not working for us. Trauma drama and other addictive behaviors, you'll hear the phrase over and over again, because trauma drama and addictive behaviors pump feel-good chemicals into the pleasure centers of our brains. These activities produce the same addictive chemicals that hardcore street drugs do. Your moods and behaviors are influenced by 4 primary chemicals created in the brain. They are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. You guys have heard that all the time, right? Do you find yourself finding fault with someone? Here's a simple example of a perceived pleasurable behavior. Talking to a friend, finding fault with somebody. What was your motive? Let's see, this is like, you could just be talking about the terrible traffic coming in, right? But look at what was your motive. Did you find yourself getting excited or animated, perhaps laughing or joking at the expense of others? This is a diversion from a sad and boring life. It is a self-induced chemical dump that manifests itself as a counterfeit feeling of joy and happiness. This feel-good activity seems harmless enough, but it's the same as the addict's need for chemical relief and distraction from his own life. I found that kind of a big stretch, right? That he went right from my need to complain to the hardcore addict. But let's just keep going, because he explains it. Traumas, dramas, and other addictive behaviors cause your brain to create custom endorphin, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin cocktails in an attempt to make you feel good. And you can become addicted to that feel-good chemical dump. So when you get that going, of course, you're going to want to complain again. Or of course, you're going to want to maybe gossip or tell a story again, because you get that feel-good dump, okay? Mm-hmm. Many times you make yourself feel better by inducing a self-gratifying chemical dump, gasp, at the effect of your loved ones. or colleagues
No,
by engaging
never.
in gossip. Gossip. How do you know that you're engaged in gossip? Because the person you are speaking about isn't there to explain or defend themselves. That to me was amazing. You know it's gossip because the person you're speaking about isn't there to explain or defend themselves. Then he challenges us to examine our thoughts, words, and deeds for their emotional payoffs. How's it working for you? He goes on and he talks about diversions as well. Diversions can generate their own chemicals, and they can also lead to addictive alternative medications like chocolate or shopping. You might have a distraction addiction. So he says you might feel guilty about your distraction addiction, but even guilt can cause a payoff. So analyze your situation so that you can see your thoughts, words, and deeds and change your results. Find the good, better, and best in each of us, because ultimately we need to take full responsibility and stewardship over our thoughts, words, and deeds. And how do we do that? By playing the role of observer or mentor or creator. So when I first heard about this and I heard the drama llama, this is what I thought of. And you guys tell me if you're familiar with this. This is the dreaded, see, I got him on the top of the picture, drama llama triangle. Jen, you know all about this one, right? In the drama llama triangle, there's a victim, there's a persecutor, and there's a rescuer. The triangle makes the drama, right? If we're in the victim role, it's because we feel persecuted and we want to be rescued. Should we talk about some situations that might be like that? I brought up traffic, terrible traffic. I hate sitting in traffic. It makes me nuts. And I feel persecuted and I want to be rescued. Send a fire truck. I don't care. Just get me out.
Because it's all about me, right?
It is all about me, the victim.
Yes. Yeah.
What other situations can you think of where we are the victim?
Well, I can say that with health challenges that I've had, and I have to be so careful with the things that I eat, and my husband and my children and my grandchildren, everybody else gets to eat differently than I eat.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a victim. It's like, and it's not fair. And especially now that it's just Mark and I at home, you know, I can't even tell you the things that he eats, but but it just isn't fair because I want to eat even just a little bit of that, but there's just, I guess I could, but I don't want to feel the way that it makes me feel. So I feel like a victim. Yeah. If I let myself, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a victim if somebody makes me late. That's always a hard one for me. I like to be on time. And in my growing up years, 5 minutes early meant you were on time. So if I'm waiting for somebody who's late, I can get going on this victim. They're persecuting me because they're making me late. And I need to be justified, or maybe the gossip, or maybe the scary stories or whatever, to be rescued and have that diversion that I need. Mm-hmm. Jen, you look like you have something to share. I can see it bubbling up.
Oh, no, there's just a lot of thoughts going on in my head. I'm kind of laughing at myself with my victim statement has always been, oh, they don't understand me. Oh, they just don't understand me. So that's, usually in some type of situation, I'm just not understood. I just don't understand me. And I'm just laughing about that as it comes to my head. So
yeah, we get there. We got the whole self-pity thing going on, right?
Oh, totally.
We can do it. All right, well, let's change the triangle. If we're in the victim role, there's an alternative, right? And we'll go back here. to turn it into a much happier triangle. No longer the dreaded drama triangle for the llamas. We're going to do no more drama llamas here. Okay. In the no more drama llamas, don't they look just more contented at peace? I mean, they're just better. There is, at the top, there is a creator. And at the bottom, there is a challenger instead of a persecutor. And there is a coach instead of a rescuer. And you can do this for yourself. You don't have to have a formal coach, right?
Mhm.
You can go into your creator self and you can let your centered self coach. And you can start looking at things like dietary restrictions, or they don't understand me, or traffic as challengers that give us the chance to learn and stretch and grow and be better, so that our drama llamas aren't drama llamas anymore. Then they're no drama llamas. So let's talk a little bit, some scenarios. We started talking about this before, and that's when we're like, let's just turn this on and record it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things you brought up was the importance of understanding.
Beth, can you unshare your screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The importance of understanding and compassion, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
So understanding and compassion, drama happens in our lives. It just does. And it can be things that we cause ourselves, or it can also be things that happen to us, or that's just the way it is. And I've always hated that. It is what it is, but
It is what it is.
it is.
But it is.
I'm always like, but I want to change it because I don't like it. Right.
Mhm.
And so there are some things that I do have the power to change and recreate and direct. And I feel like I've been that way for a very long time. But what I noticed from a very early age was, in order for me to change that scenario and be the creator, I denied myself being able to feel. I didn't want to feel pain. I didn't want to feel
Sad.
I could rise above that. I've always wanted to be the hero, right? At the top. So I'm not going to feel that pain. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to let that
Get to me.
just get to me, right? So bury, bury, bury. And pretty soon, what happens with your emotions? At the age of 12 years old, I had shingles.
What
At
happens
12
when
years
you
old.
stuff them down and stuff them down and stuff them down? They got to go somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. Being bullied in a school with mean girls and things like that. I told my parents, they didn't come rescue me. Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, and they
I
didn't give
wanted
you
to
the
be
tools
rescued.
you needed to really create either, right? Because the tools weren't there yet.
Right. No, it was all, I'll show them. You just watch who I'm going to become, and watch this. So by the time I was 12, here I'm manifesting shingles. I'm also, throughout my junior high school, all those years, I don't know what anxiety is. I don't understand. I thought, this is just me. This is who I am. But I'm having blackouts at school before tests, right? That's just Jacine. That's what happens, right?
It's normal to live on
happens.
Tums because your stomach hurts all day, right? No.
Right.
Yeah, but we didn't have a label for anxiety at that time.
No. So it's just, there was a lot of burying my emotions. That I had a couple of emotions that I allowed, but all of the others were buried, and they come out some way. And mine always manifest in physical ways.
Mhm.
So, at the end of some big, huge project that I got through it, and we excelled, and we did this and we did that. And I would have just crashes because there was no way. my emotions had to come out some way,
Right.
and I didn't realize that until several years later when it's being kind to yourself, hey,
Compassion.
recognize that emotion. JC, that's okay. It sucks.
Yeah.
It hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
That is painful. And it's okay for it to be painful. But the creator part, right? You don't have to live in the pain. And that's the beauty, but you still need to feel it and experience it. So that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
I have to allow myself to feel it and feel it deeply. And it's okay to cry. And it's okay to say, this just isn't fair. But I don't have to fix everything either.
No. One of my favorite things is this. I'll go, that hurts. And I rub my arm and I kind of hug myself a little bit and just acknowledge that really hurts, and let yourself go there, because you got to do something with that energy. And when you can comfort yourself with compassion, it will let things manifest and come through. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Jen?
Oh.
I see it.
No, I really appreciate what Jason said, because that was part of my experience as I, tried to figure out the whole drama and everything. And one of my biggest things that I learned also was having to learn how to step out of that victim role, but also understanding that I had choice. I didn't have to engage in the drama if I didn't want to, because I came from an upbringing where it's like I never really had choice. I just had to be in it all the time with everybody. And I didn't understand that I could choose to engage or disengage from the drama that was going on. That was empowering when I figured that out, going, I don't have to go there with anybody outside of me, but I also don't have to go there within myself. And, learning how to find those boundaries and step out of the victim and even rescuer role and persecutor role and come more into those roles of creation, of empowerment. So that's where those are some of the big things I learned. I have choice. And sometimes my emotions seem to be overpowering and I don't have a choice, but I really do. And I dive into, the victim role, but then I always have choice to come back out of it. I think we realize we have more power within ourselves to change our situation than I think we give ourselves credit.
I think you're right. We really do have a lot of power. Agency. We get to choose. It's a gift, right? We always get to choose. And sometimes I choose to be mad instead of sad. And I pick at people and I become that persecutor, but like you said, you always have that choice to come back and to change and to do better. That's just part of being human.
But when I figured that out, that I had a choice, it changed how I looked at how my life was going. And I stepped out of that, it's bad, it's always happening to me, woe is me type stuff. And I changed into I can fix this. I can change parts of this. And create differently. Yeah.
I love asking myself the question, okay, what am I learning?
Yes.
Okay. What am I learning? I'm learning that words can be really hurtful, or I'm learning that this hurts, or I'm learning that I could choose this and it would be a better choice, or I'm learning that I don't want to do that again, but I'm always learning something, and that really helps me too. Yeah. All right. Well, dreaded drama triangle. Let's see what we can do to have no more drama llamas. Maybe we can do 1% less drama this week.
That is a really good goal, right?
Yeah. 1% less drama, 1% more calm.
Just 1% more calm. And I think part of that is, like Jen was saying, is you just realize that I am a creator. So just telling myself I can create peace. I can create compassion. Yeah, I can. So being our self coach and just saying, this is what I can do. And just be kind.
I can. Yeah. That scripture, as I have loved you, love one another. I heard it over the weekend, and instead I heard it as I have loved you, love yourself. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that really changes things. If we start to love ourselves as our creator loves us, that's a really different viewpoint. And so, yeah, we can give ourselves permission to just be students and just be learning and just be compassionate and mindful of what we're learning. And that gives us that hope we need. Yeah. As I have loved you. Love yourself. Pretty cool. Anything else we want to say before we sign off? All right, beautiful ladies. Hey, thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on Linktree/CMH Coaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.